is the bloodline of any human and animal survival. Food can be any nutritious substance or material that is consumed by humans and animals in order to grow and stay alive. Food worldwide is enjoyed and prepared differently. In Zambia, for example, we do have food from different parts of the country by different ethnic groups, more than actually 73 ethnic groups prepared and enjoyed in a different way. It may even have a cultural attachment to it. And this is our mission, to find out what the whole essence of culinary traditional food is all about. And our first destination, to the east. Join us as we explore delicious Zed Destinations. The beautiful winding roads of the eastern province, and we just crossed the Luangwa Bridge, and you can see so many beautiful sceneries, especially the mountains. And it's this side of the Luangwa Bridge where the road is beautiful and smooth, winding down to Nyimba, which is the next stop. We still have a lot of kilometers to cover before we get to Chipata, but what I can say now is that I'm enjoying the sun and looking forward to the traditional foods that are going to be prepared by the women in Chipata. So let's go and discover the delicious Zed destination in the eastern province. Chipata is about 504 kilometers from Lusaka, Zambia's capital. The Eastern Province is one of the 10 provinces of Zambia. Chipata, originally known as Fort Jameson, is the provincial capital and is approximately 1,100 meters above sea level. Arrival into Chipata reveals an activity-full central business district. A site with an array of motorbikes and dominating an assortment of bicycles, the town's adorable transport systems. Chipata was recently accorded the city status. Major crops grown here include tobacco, groundnuts, cotton, and maize. Divided into 14 districts, the main ethnic groups found here are the Chewa, Ngoni, Nsenga, Tumbuka, and the Kunda-speaking people. Finally, arrival at the village where the traditional food adventure begins, and yet to experience cooking at a typical village in the eastern part of the country. Whoa, what a drive. It is day 2 in the eastern part of the country, and now we arrive at the village of Ndele Ndele, and it is a wonderful environment. The sun is good, and it is here where we are going to witness the preparation of some of the traditional dishes on delicious Zed Destinations. And the women are going to explain to us exactly how they prepare this food. And then later on, the best part, which is now my favorite, the tasting of the traditional food. Interestingly here is that 2 ethnic groups have gathered at the same village to prepare traditional delicacies in their own way. Present here are the Kunda from village Malambo and Ngoni hosting at Ndele Ndele. Vida, a Ngoni woman, leads us on the Ngoni side to start the cooking.
Ngoni niseo tiri kuno ku Chipata kuno ku Eastern Province ndiye kupezeka Ngoni kuno kumawa. Kuli mitundu inyinji koma seta Ngoni tiri pano pa Chipata.
The knife, a tool that plays a foremost role at preparation and cutting stages of most delicacies, comes into picture.
Kudala kunalibe knife. Ezo chitopanga knife niyo panga, si knife ya kushopa.
However, making of fire is the starting point, put together with dry wood sticks picked from the forest. Clay blocks left out during the building of houses play the role of supporting the pot on the fire during the cooking. Chicken, also an important cultural icon to the Ngoni, will be the main relish in this cooking. Presented here are two birds. One that will be cooked for family consumption, while the other for marriage, to be presented before a husband-to-be. The killing is done carefully using chipula, the traditional knife. The chicken is then submerged into hot water to make the removal of feathers by several hands much easier.
Apanoromba tupusura nkuku, zazata cheka pala, tuchosako usako, mangala.
After an exhaustive removal of feathers, the chicken are then washed in clean water and proceeded with a comprehensive cleanup above fire to remove the remaining stoops on the skin.
Apa manja apa tuchosa tumangaza tuja twame tupusura ngati imera nkuku kubora tuja tungono so kuti tunkhale bwino mpoto tika futi pa muliro so kuiwaula bawu tukuti kuwaula.
While this happens, the women in the background are busy plucking the vegetable leaves to be prepared alongside the chicken and the meat. Notably here is that the chicken for marriage is never cut into pieces. The other for home feeding will be cut into various pieces, while the chicken to be eaten during a journey is also cooked differently.
Nakupeke nyirani kuti kumkuya mkoku ya msasura ndiyo mzidia miyanu yapa ulendo. So nkuku hii ngatasiza so kuipusula timacheka mapatsi. Ngatienda kuchikwati sicheka mapatsi
The chicken placed in the pot then begins to cook. While this happens, groundnuts are roasted, fried on the pan, kukazinga, and then pounded for later addition to meat.
Kwezeve sefa, yosefera. Masefe wera na bazungu. Nemwetenzo chitira kali, ndio moyo wetenze nao kali. Apa ni nyama yoyuma ya ng'ombe.
The beef, dried cow meat, is cooked in a traditional clay pot, and cut tomatoes, plainly finger squeezed, are added to the meat, which cooks briefly, and later powdered groundnuts, ntwilo, are added for its conclusive flavor.
Lomba apa nike moshaba. Poto yata pikamo apa kuti chinkombe. Mapota kale. Shaba takazinga niye hizi. Zilitikemo. Munyama tupanga doi.
Different veggies, such as mutopo or chihuahua in other languages, is prepared normally without cooking oil, but with pounded groundnuts, an additive that gives the vegetables a unique taste.
Apa so apa mwafikira apa tikamo tomato, olo kuichosa chabe so tikamo tomato na sauti, tidiera nsima kwa sira. Kulibe saladi.
Lumanda is also cooked with uncut squeezed-in tomatoes. No onion is added as normally is done in urban areas. Soda is then added to make the lumanda ready within a short time. Goat meat, also cut into pieces using chipula, a knife made by themselves. Sugar is laid at the bottom of the pot, allowed to burn into a brown stage. Goat meat is then added above the sugar.
Nyama ya mbuzi ipo yambo pika. Tukamo tu sugar, tuchitanga tishoka sugar pansi. First itashoka tu sugar, tuankara red. Tukankara red, tu sugar tuanepu tuikamo nyama. Chochitira so, chifukwa inyama niyovuta kutu fly, si flyika. But yapa hizi fly eka.
This is to give the meat a unique flavor and changes the color of the meat to brown like beef. Now that's very interesting. I've never seen the sugar being combined with the goat meat like that, and it looks really different. It looks like very tasty.
Patakamo sugar pangono. Sugar ija pamene yankara browni. Tatenga nyama ya mbuzi jakapena goat meat. Taikamo. Chifukwa chakuti kachena kambuzi kaja kambena ka goat. Kasile. Sikazamveka kuti napika mbuzi.
Oh.
Yes.
This whole thing is looking really tasty. So kwa salantao bwanji
ni manja pa kapiria chabe manzi anika mo tomato na basi nipanga supu tadi. Yuchitangati ni ya ng'ombe. Nakala ya chinja.
As the cooking progresses, the women enjoy the cooking with interludes of performances. As the Ngoni women finalize their food preparation, we switch to the other side of the Kunda women, already in progress with their cooking. Here we join Joyce, a Kunda woman leading the pack.
Ne gunufuma ni kwa galomba chifka kombi zina yangu ni Joyce Pili. Bano na bezeka muno mchipata mnandolo numkala muno mchipata kuma kwasu ni kumfuwe ndiye kwasu.
Wakunda, they are people very friendly. Vantu wakuti niwozipereka kumuntu aliyesu. Si vantu wozikonda wakunda. Ni mtundu wa bwino.
Young Joyce, a well-brought-up Kunda girl, performs the killing of 2 chicken. They are immediately separated into the chicken for marriage and the other for household consumption. Here Esther demonstrates the cutting of the pieces while showing the chicken parts with, most importantly, portions for the husband, for the visitors, for the children, and then loaded into the pot for cooking. In the case of the chicken for the marriage, unlike the Ngoni, the Kunda do not put the neck inside, as this bird is not for the marriage but the Nkoswe, known elsewhere as Shibukombe. A separate chicken is prepared for the mwanalume or endela, or the groom. The 2 chickens for the nkoswe and mwanalume or endela are deep fried to a point of pouring some hot cooking oil into the inside of the chicken to ensure it is fully cooked. Now that is what I call deep frying. In the meantime, the women are busy on preparing the vegetables. While a young man uses mkwangwa, an axe, to spread the leg of an impala, kutsankanta.
Nyama zupeze kati ya mchonde tiliotekeko vinyama vakuteka haya suseza so mulungu etidalisa kutipasa nyama za mchonde ya ituvundura para ni ambo hii ni ampala.
Only salt is added to this meat and braid on the fire for that smoked salt flair.
Nyama pa kulie chitaikako ni munyu weka.
Another type of meat being cooked here is nyama ya mboa. This meat is left a day before the cooking to ferment, usasa, to give it a unique taste. It is put on the fire, or kubambika, and cooked the following day in accordance with the kunda. While the nyama ya mboa cooks, tomatoes and groundnuts are added to it.
Se wasu mwambo chikunda, nyama ngati babaya. Baileta kunganda, stu wikapa nchingo paminapo. Tuyamba tailalika kuti ifukeko imveke bwino itengati asasirako patondo so mkailalika pa mkavundula imveka bwino.
The Kunda seem to have many ways to meat treatment. Dried meat is also kept and used to make quick meals. This happens in the case where you're required to spend less time to cook it. All you do is add salt and briefly roast it, cook the nshima, and the meal is ready.
Mkawera ngati niluviro kulie ndio zopika mtola tia nyama ya mene ya msaula taza notola mu nyama hii. Ushoka mwekako munyu vana valia. chingulo ndiye kuitekapo. Mwambo wasu tuchita nthawe ino monga tuyamba ulima. Ngati mnanda muli mpunga tuyambira tola tumpunga maponda kuti pungalie pika ndiyo kuti alume baliye mchite uchite.
In addition to ensuring a husband is not kept hungry while food is being prepared, especially upon returning a tired man from the field, a drink made from rice that is kept at home is quickly pounded and water added to make the drink they call mvuba. Husband takes the drink while the meal is being prepared.
Kuti pakine muliye chizamba mwanda timkulunge tobwa kuti mtima ungale pansa lume pakuti nikapike mtima ungala pansa kamamunya.
The food is almost ready and I have been moving around checking on the pace at which the food has been prepared, but in the meantime there is some tobwa in this very traditional cup. Mapila na mabele, a pounded meal, is also used to make a traditional drink. The very powdered meal, unga wa mapila, is used to prepare nshima.
Anjavwe nagena ukumalambo wabayola mngoni maneo anjavwe Evagula masitu anjovu wewe. Kwana mwiliale mbeva. Simukafune pona chiyake chakuli. Kateka ponomba.
Nikupia mapira msimu. Kama wapaka umu.
So much cooking going on here and a variety of food is overwhelming as dried mice, known popularly as mbeva, and fish are also brought into the picture as part of the relish.
Masavi hapa tukulia bisi kukupika akatushoka ngati mlibize ngako mtuli mila lomba kwanza kulima nukungo vitola tia vili mnganda kale nkutushoka kuti bana bali ensima.
Crowning the cooking on this side of the village are Nyemba and Njama.
Tia Nyemba hizi. Hivi vinjama seve vupiwali ni vinkonja tungo pika tia na nosagiramo vazungu.
They have also been cooked without any additives. Sometimes only groundnuts, pounded and squeezed, are added in place of cooking oil. The kundas call it nkunde.
Zazinana kuti Nyemba, pachikunda tukuti nkunde. Tapika nkuku. Yatutwala kuntengo ya mwana tapika Nyemba zamene tapika njama kuli dowi ngugu ya chiboi kuli nyama ya nani ya mpala na mbo ndiye zili kwaso.
With the crowning of the cooking by both the Ngoni and the Kunda sides, the time has come to grab a plate. What a day. Traditional food coming all the way from the east. We've seen the preparations of different traditional foods, and also we have seen how these foods are associated to our culture in the eastern part of Zambia. I have on my plate here kambeva, the chicken, fish, millet nshima, the normal nshima, the meat which is mixed with groundnuts, which is a real delicacy because it tastes a bit like, is it peanut butter? Yes, intoyo. And by the way, the vegetables haven't yet been put here because I am yet to put my vegetables. Thank you. Goodbye.